Hi, I'm Konnor Ewudzi, and we're here at Abbey Wood, where Sickle Cell was filmed. And if you didn't already know, Sickle Cell was based on sickle cell, which affects 18,000 people here in the UK. So I have 8 family members that all suffer with either the sickle cell trait or sickle cell itself. So what I want to do is spread awareness so that you guys can know more about it. So did you know, if you head to your local blood bank and donate 1 unit of blood, you can save up to 3 people with a condition?
I think it's important to bring out the awareness of sickle cell, because so many people are suffering and they're not aware of what's going on in their body. It's only when they go for the test and they find out that they have sickle cell, then they realize what's been happening to them. But basically with myself, because when you have sickle cell, you're born with it. But with myself, I've found out, my parents found out when I was around, I think maybe about 7 or 8, because when I was younger, they didn't know what was going on. And then when I got to about 7 and 8, got to the hospital and then they checked and realized that it was sickle cell. But, and I was basically in and out of hospital. The hospital was my second home, literally. I used to live there. And but it wasn't until I got to my mid-30s till I found out about healing through nutrition. I had a lot of prayer, and I found that that did work for me. But when I was guided to get into nutrition and eat certain foods and cut certain foods out of my life, basically cutting out processed foods and eating more of the natural foods, fruits and vegetables. And then I realized that the hospital visits were becoming a lot less. So I got more into nutrition, learned more about it, and through that I was able to help myself a lot and heal myself of the symptoms that I used to get. And that stopped the hospital visits completely.
Hi, I'm Billy May, and I don't actually have sickle cell, but I do carry the trait. So it's really important for people to go and get tested, just because it's something like 1 in 79 babies in the UK are born with the trait, and 300 babies every year are born with sickle cell. So if I were to have kids with another person that had the trait, it would make my chances much more likely of having a baby that had sickle cell. So yeah, it's just really important to go out, get tested, make sure you can be prepared for anything that might happen in the future.
Sickle cell for me, I didn't have a clue even what it was. So meeting my husband nearly 40 years ago, meeting a member of the family and hearing about his family who suffer. He's got the trait himself, and he's got family members who suffer, and he actually lost a nephew to sickle cell as well in his late 20s. So having children with my husband, I got tested. I don't have the trait, he does have the trait, and I've ended up with a child without the trait and a child with the trait. So my daughter, if she has a child with somebody who has the trait, there's quite a high percentage that they will have a sufferer. So it's a blood test. I think everyone should get tested because knowledge is key, isn't it? If you know you've got the trait, you can have a informed decision on how to move forwards. So definitely go and get tested, and definitely give blood as well. That's important too.
I think people should be made aware of sickle cell, purely because, for instance, I lost my nephew who is the mid to late 20s, who died of multiple organ failure, purely because of sickle cell. So I think more people should be giving blood and made aware of problems that are going around.
So get down there now.